Of winning the lottery seem impossible, this next story might sound even more unreal. A company just brought back an extinct animal.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, we shouldn't play God. Absolutely not.
Thanks.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back.
A cautionary tale for scientists.
Ecosystems are very delicately balanced, and nature is far more complicated than our ability as humans to understand it or to understand all the possible unforeseen consequences.
For the first time ever, these not-so-threatening howls are from baby dire wolves. Meet Romulus and Remus. They were born October 1st and have grown a bit in the past 6 months. Dire wolves have been extinct for more than 10,000 years. But today, Colossal Biosciences, the world's only de-extinction company, announced their successful rebirth. Now, if these animals look familiar, it's because they became famous from the series Game of Thrones, but a lot of people assumed that they were a mythical creature. I did not know we were in that business.
Well, I mean, Romulus and Remus, I don't think that story ended well. If I know my mythology, I think Romulus killed him or something.
It does sound like a good name for bringing back something from the past.
There's a wolf tie in there, but the whole thing kind of sounds like Jurassic Park.
I know, my mind is really now like, what else are they going to try to bring back?
They say it's the first time an extinct species has ever come back to life.
Scientists have predicted that by 2050, more than half of species that are alive today could become extinct. I don't want that future.
According to Beth Shapiro and her team, they extracted high-quality DNA from direwolf fossils and combined that with the genome of a gray wolf.
That animal looks like a direwolf, it will behave like a direwolf, and it is a direwolf.
Now, Colossal Bioscience says that it only made this announcement this morning, and it released a video showing what it says is the first direwolf howl to be heard in 10,000 years. Take a listen. Now, that is ridiculously cute, it must be admitted. Now, this US company says it extracted direwolf DNA from a 13 and 72,000-year-old tooth and skull. They used the grey wolf's genome and CRISPR gene editing technology to create their own direwolf reference genome, which was used in a sort of IVF-style pregnancy. So why do this? Well, Colossal Bioscience says bringing back this predator could actually bring back some stability to the ecosystem.
Most people think it's just a mythical creature. It was actually a keystone species that was not only endemic to the United States and mostly Americas, but it was actually culturally important to some of the biggest indigenous early tribes in America. So we thought if we could use it as an opportunity where we can also develop technologies that can help wolves, we thought it was the right first project given how important wolves are to ecosystems.
So while this announcement has made the cover of Time magazine and attracted a lot of media attention, there is debate around whether these pups are technically a previously extinct or even a new species. An argument around whether this is actually something that scientists should actually concern themselves with. Prominent outlet New Scientist declared no, the direwolf has not been brought back from extinction, echoing statements from scientists in this area. And some believe we won't actually know if there are distinct differences in these pups beyond their coat until around a year from now.
The claim, I think, is a little bit exaggerated. Playing with a few top-down predators or mega fauna to catch the public eye is not contributing anything to realistic biodiversity. It'd be much better to go and not bulldoze all the forests and lose that biodiversity than to say, oh, well, we can make some species later on.
Direwolf is the first de-extinct species. Until recently, the only way to catch a glimpse of the bygone beast was to watch Game of Thrones.
The direwolf is a sigil of your house. You were meant to have them.
But now, Texas-based Colossal Biosciences has recreated the canines by implanting fossilized genes into the gray wolf. We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to direwolves, and we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the direwolf version of the DNA. The dire wolf stood about 3.5 feet tall and could be even longer than 6 feet and weigh up to 150 pounds. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all honor, all glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom to you brothers that are laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity and with charity. I'm the brother Abraham from the camp here in GMS Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson. This video is obviously going to be on this video. This is from Jason A. 2025 proof we're in the end times. And with the latest news that scientists with the technology they have today have brought back an extinct animal, the dire wolf, which it sounds and looks like that's something that's amazing, something that's good, but also it's been getting backlash of them playing God, and it's true, that is them playing God. All right, so immediately I thought of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And my point is in verse 9. It says, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." All right, the wicked is Esau, Edom. The precept to that is in Malachi 1 and verse 4. Lets you know who the wicked is in the scriptures. All right, so in these end times, that wicked will be revealed. All right, it says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders." Right, this is power. This is a sign of power. All right, and lying wonders. Okay, in the NLT, I want to read it too. It says, "This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles." Right, this is an example of counterfeit power. All right, you've been giving power to a certain extent from the Most High, but you're not the Most High. But you like to play like you are the Most High. All right, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, it says, "Who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." So their mentality is that they're the Most High, and that they should be worshipped as the Most High, and they act like it. Right, they're proud to behave that way, to proclaim it. All right, that's just the way they were created. Right, the wicked. All right, this is how they think. This is how their mind works. This is the way they were programmed. Okay, and this is an example of that, bringing back an extinct species, which, excuse me, there's many species of animals that have gone extinct, are in danger of being extinct, all because of Esau, Edom. All right, and him destroying the earth. All right, let's get Revelations 11, I believe. Yeah, this is Revelations 11 and 18. That says, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth." And Who else is doing that but Esau, Edom? All right, taking lands, all right, destroying ecosystems, all right, so that they could build their cities and their smart cities, okay, and they're the ones polluting the air. They're the ones destroying the oceans. All right, so the reason lots of animals are going extinct is because of Esau, Edom. All right, I think it's either Isaiah 24 or Jeremiah 24. Alright, yeah, this is Isaiah 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. Right, so the earth is mourning. The earth is fading away. The world is languishing. The earth is defiled, right, under the inhabitants of the land. Okay, the law, statutes, and commandments cover everything, including how to take care of the earth, taking care of the land. All right, there's laws on these things, but the laws and statutes and commandments is not the standard of the earth. Okay, and that is why everything is out of sync. Everything is out of harmony. Okay, things are not vibrating the way it should in righteousness. All right, and that all goes back to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, so I have one more precept here in Romans 8 and 19. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. Right, so the all of creation, the whole world eagerly waits for the true manifestation of the sons of God, because once that happens, then will the earth be restored in righteousness and be ruled according to the law, statutes, and commandments, which will cause the earth to flourish and give its abundance, all right, and yield its strength that it's supposed to. All right. But yeah, that's it on there. Just wanted to do a video on this recent news about this dire wolf coming back from extinction by the technology of Esau, Edom. Alright, so I hope this video was edifying. As always, our honor, glory, and praises goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.